report come June 6th, around the night, that it's going to be clear, so they start here. The platoons get into ships that were set up into each sections. Omaha was to hit this beach right over here. Utah was supposed to hit this. Omaha was coming in through one of the biggest stretches of beach. Then you had, these both were American, you had the British over here with gold and swords coming in from here. You have, the Canadians coming in from this side. And the plan was to hit them all at the same time. That way they could both make a beachhead to get in. So before Omaha and them really start landing, there was Point to Hawk to worry about. Right there, because there was a lot of what had looked like from the intelligence reports, gun encampments, as you've heard. So what they did is they moved all their planes, all their airships over into Dover. That way it looked like they were attacking from further off than where they really were. So they took the long way around. And once to gear up for Operation Overlord, they had to create some pretty interesting equipment. They needed flail tanks they created, which were to get rid of landmines. They used tanks that floated on water. They used a lot of amphibious vehicles to get through where they needed to. So once they started getting towards the beaches, there's also spikes that were sticking up across. This whole area is on the landmines, mines, spikes, and those X's that are pretty famous now, to kind of keep them from getting up these beaches. Now, as the soldiers were starting to land in Omaha, what they didn't realize, they didn't anticipate for, was there was an extra squadron of German soldiers that were coming around that had started to patrol the area the night before. And this delayed the beachhead from Omaha. While Utah had already been secured, Gold, Sword, and Juneau were being secured at the same time. Omaha was the last point to be secured because of the extra platoon. So that's why the Rangers at Point Hawk were waiting so long, was because of the extra men at Omaha. And so Omaha was able to push through eventually and create a breachhead, but thousands of men died trying to get up there. I mean, as you can see, this right here would be where they would be sitting at the platoon. Off over there to come to the beaches with the long guns. So you have platoons set up to the left and right to stake out them individually, and they had to come up through the beaches, run through the various outcrops you can see here, and get up and secure the beachhead. And, thanks to the fighting men of Omaha, we were able to win the war. But without Omaha, without these platoons here, if there was any delay, more than what there was, then the war would have been over. That would have been it. That just really puts into perspective, how crucial it was for them to just keep fighting, and how hard it was for them to continue on.
Very good. Okay. Good job. Louise doing a couple, but that was great.
Really, it's like Brandon and Jesse and Adam. They have to be broken. Yeah. Do you like a zippy or a ziploc or anything like that? Or?
Oh.
Yeah, beach sand here is okay. There'll be more in a few minutes.
Artificial harbors that they would take from the harbors out there, pull them over here, and send them down and start making them there so that they could pull in the resources that they need because they couldn't just pull in the vehicles and oil and ammunitions that they needed just with the boats. And so they decided to started construction on the harbors over there in different pieces. They had many numbers of facts here. About 6 different pieces to the harbor. And then they had 176 tugboats take in the pieces over here. They'd sink in and start construction on them. And then it's good. It is 8 days, I think, to construct them. It's actually when they had schedule. And then they'd bring the ammunition to the harbors, and that's how they got them. Excuse me. And then the British harbors, they weren't even meant to take in the vehicles and soldiers, but in the end it actually ended up taking in a quarter of the British vehicles and soldiers. So it worked a lot more than they were supposed to. And then 19 days after D-Day, there was a storm, and it was the worst storm they had seen in 40 years. And then so they had built the harbors to withstand a summer storm. They had accounted for that. But the problem with this was that it's actually a winter storm, it was a caliber storm. So it destroyed the American harbors, and then the British harbors actually used some of the American harbor parts to finish the theirs, which we can see is still here. Theirs were better, apparently. So they withstood it, and then after, they used them until they really needed to. After the American ones were destroyed, they didn't see any point in using them anymore because they captured the other harbors. The reason they built the harbors was they couldn't just take the harbors called Les Havre
and Chevron.
yeah. And they couldn't just take those, so that's how the whole thing came into play. And so once they captured those, they didn't see a point in rebuilding it, so they just used those. And we still have these ones here.
That's excellent. Good job.
You can exchange money at a post. Yeah, post. That's right.
What's
Right there, right there. Yeah, you dip it in.
What?
You dip it in the mayonnaise.
Okay, so Nick, hold on. Let me get a picture for posterity.
Just a little bit, honey. Don't worry about it. Eat it.
Go ahead.
Hold on, I'm gonna do a close up. Hold on.
Cheese.
Okay, one more. I get. Oh, I did get the
Does
shell.
she find it?
Just
Okay.
taste. Give it a chomp and then right down it goes.
She's like, I don't know. Here you go, read it.
I don't know if I eat.
Look over here.
What am I eating? What is she eating?
Just clam. Just a little dirt.
What was that then?
Clam snail. Is it good, Sunny?
They're not that bad.
Okay, you sound like.